Delanie Walker to the Chicago Bears. Could it happen? And more importantly, should it happen? What is going on, y'all? 5 Sports Talk back at it with another video talking, of course, some NFL. So if you are an NFL fan, make sure you go ahead and subscribe. Ton of NFL content on the channel with free agency upon us. So go ahead and subscribe and make sure to follow me on my social media. Links down below for my Twitter, my Instagram, everything else. Just reach out to me for on those platforms for that. So with that being said, you guys see the topic. We're talking about Delanie Walker. He was recently just cut from the Tennessee Titans, okay? They're moving forward with Jonnu Smith, and so Delanie Walker is a free agent, and I'm here to discuss if the Bears should make a run at him. Now, first and foremost, this isn't an official rumor or anything like that. This is literally me talking about the possibility of the Bears looking to, make a move at Delanie Walker once free agency starts. And why do I mention Delanie Walker? Well, because the Bears obviously are in need of a tight end in free agency. Whether or not they address it in free agency or the draft, we have to see, but we do know they will address this position, which was quite dreadful for the Bears last season. And so let's take a look at Delanie Walker and talk about why the Titans decided to move on from him. Well, a couple of reasons. One, Delanie Walker is a little long in the tooth. He is 35 years old, and it does seem like his best years are probably behind him. 35 is pretty ancient in NFL terms, okay? But more so, they have an emerging tight end in Jonnu Smith, and they want to give him more playing time. I do believe if Jonnu Smith was not there, that the Titans would bring back Delanie Walker because he is that dependent, he is that reliable. Now, his biggest issue lately has been health. He hasn't been able to stay healthy. This past season, only played about 7 games. Year before that, only played about 1 game. Has had some pretty devastating injuries. Now, his last healthy season in 2017, he played all 16 games. He had about 807 yards receiving and 3 touchdowns. So, when healthy, Delanie Walker can and will put up numbers, okay? That is not question. This is a big tight end. This is a dude that can obviously go up and get it. He's got good hands. He's a good blocker, solid blocker. And so I like Delanie Walker a lot. Now, whether he makes sense for the Bears, here's where I'm at. It's very simple. Very simple. Delanie Walker is playing B, C, or D. He's not playing A. Absolutely not. Austin Hooper is playing A. If we strike out on Austin Hooper, Hunter Henry's obviously been franchise tag, so he is off the market. We've got other guys like an Eric Ebron, etc. But if we don't get the prized possession in Austin Hooper, then I would not mind the Bears to take a look and make a run at Delanie Walker. I believe he'll be fairly cheap. He's a guy that I believe can come in and contribute right away. And the fact is, if we do sign him, that won't stop us from, pursuing more tight ends. So here's the thing. You get Austin Hooper. I mean, that's your home run hit. That's your starting tight end for the foreseeable future. And you don't worry about the position anymore. If you sign a guy like a Delanie Walker, and before you guys all get in the comments talking about, Fies, he's way too old. The same folks were calling for Greg Olsen to come back to the Bears, and I said he's old too, and I didn't want him. And here's the thing. I'm not clamoring for Delanie Walker. I'm just saying he is a solid fallback option, okay? I would rather have him than a bunch of these overrated, undependable tight ends out there, okay? And so to me, cost is going to be the biggest issue, but I believe he'll be cheap because he does not have that much leverage. And you can still bring in a younger tight end. So let's say you draft a tight end, Cole Kmet out of Notre Dame, I believe. He's one of the better tight ends. You draft him, okay? And you can start Delanie Walker and let the rookie tight end, develop throughout the season. And so Delanie Walker, this is not a long-term deal here. We're talking about a year, 2 years at max probably. And you just, get that veteran leadership out of him and help him develop the next tight end you have. So, to me, that's where I'm at. I don't mind Delanie Walker. He is certainly not plan A. Do not get that mistaken. But he's a good fallback option if we strike out on Austin Hooper and the other big tight ends. Really not too many other big tight ends. It's really Hooper and that's about it. But you get my point. So let me know what you guys think. How do you feel about Delanie Walker? Do you want the Bears to go after him? Is it just a cost issue? Are you totally against it? He's too old. He's too washed up, too injury prone. Let me know down below if you agree or disagree. As always, thanks for watching.